Oh, that's good. I went over to the radio store today, and I've been bugging them about getting a tube tester for a while. They kept telling me that they just needed to clean up a little bit. So there was a couple in the back, and here's one of them. Hopefully I can get this all in picture here. There we go. So this is a Starkit. Starkit, made in Canada by Stark Electronics, Ajax, Ontario. It's number 181, serial number 181. And yeah, it's under a Hickok license, so that hopefully should be decent. I'm going to trust them that it works. The line's a little twisted and kind of curled here, but maybe I should do this on the concrete floor in case it bursts into flames, right? And should probably see what Mr. Carlson thinks about, I don't know, this thing should be grounded, right? Probably. But he's probably got some kind of nifty circuit or something to put in this thing. It's got a lot of sockets. It's got it's got a roller filled with tubes. And then it's got a book where somebody took the time to glue every page onto a sheet of paper. So Stark mutual conductance. Is that tube codes or is that model number? Model 1222. Yeah. So that's model number. All kinds of tubes. Ones, twos, threes, fours, fives, six. And I'd picked up a couple boxes of tubes, and I checked the heaters on them, and I mean just continuity anyway, and most of them seemed like they might be okay. I asked the dude, I thought they were probably some dude's bad box of tubes or something. And I don't know, there was a couple radio chassis I picked up at the same time just for farting around with something I didn't care about destroying. And yeah. So yeah, this might contain everything in the roll or just for easier access, or this might have more tubes than what's in here. I'll kind of have to go through and experiment myself to find out. I didn't put a link to this in the chat, so we don't have any viewers anyway. It's all good. Been doing the Hangouts here, just makes it a little easier if people want to be able to join up and chat, and I can screen share. And it doesn't take any of the hard drive space on the SSD on my Mac, so that's a bonus too. So yeah, all kinds of tubes, and this thing looks like it does transistors and diodes and fun stuff. So I'm going to dust off. What do we kind of want to start with here? Maybe I got a tube somewhere kicking around. Probably do something common. Maybe make something light up, though I don't want to do an X-ray tube because there's a few of those in this box. That might be bad, right? I don't know. I have amp tubes somewhere too. It's a rectifier, I think. 5Y3, yeah, 5 Y3 GT. Pretty sure that's a rectifier. But I don't know enough about tubes yet to really know, and this is part of my adventure. I suppose I should just grab the book, because that's probably easier than dialing through all this. 5Y3. And then I've got, there's 2 plates, or what's going on here? So you have 2 selections. What's the difference? You have 5 volts, 0, filament, HR, and then the grid. Okay, so plate selection does change. And I'm sure if I looked up the tube and understood more about it, I would understand more. But basically what you do is you go through, you find what type of tube you have, and then it'll tell you what filament to set. So you can set your filament dial, set your grid dial, set your plate, and you can set your filament voltage too up here. I don't know. Let's see what the book says too. Where's the book one? There's the book one. Maybe the book is more up to date. 6s. Maybe not. $22.18. Okay. I'll go up here. So filament 5 volts. 0604. No. HR. H. R. 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 0. So 6 on this one. Yep. So different plates, 6 and 4 on the other one. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Bias. Where's bias 0? Bias 0. English 22. Can somebody please explain English to me, maybe? No, I'll look it up, but who knows if that's accurate too. So 22. P press. P3. So I plug this in and push this button. I think. Let's plug it in and see if the house burns down. Let's do this on a connection I can easily unplug. There really shouldn't be too much to burn down, but thing's frickin' old and it's been sitting in the back of the Radio Shack for who knows long. Who knows how long. Line adjust is off. Is there anything about I should just turn it to 115? Or I don't know. Line adjust would be interesting to know. Is this set it to this and you get this? Or set it to what you should be getting? Or, yeah, I should have asked a little bit more about that one. And is getting this order wrong a big deal? Because is that like going to invert my readings or anything like that? Or like, that's transistor testing. Double check, triple check. 5 H R 0 plate 6 0 0 0. We push 3. Third things warm up. Plugged in. I don't know if there's a switch. Oh, it's off. I should probably turn it. Yeah, this is the switch. Derp. Oh, we got lights. So that took the, that's taking the current. We got heaters. See tube blowing. That's a good start. No fires yet. And if this is a Hickok, and it's now worth something to me. It's licensed under Hickok, but it's worth something to me because it's made in Canada. But being a license under a Hickok license, would that actually make this worth more than $45? I don't know. Is there's some worth in cleaning this up and making her nice? Push the button. It's in the question mark. Now we're going to replace, and we just did something really weird. We're sitting in replace and jumping around and back in the question mark and climbing into good and jumping back into replace. Is this something I should only hold down for a certain amount of time, or can I give it a run and see what it can do? Sitting in replace, jumping around in replace. Is there some kind of meters in normal? There's no adjust. Yeah, so this thing's doing weird stuff. I don't know if you can see the meter bouncing around in there. Oh yeah, kind of. It's bouncing around inside replace. P3. If anybody's familiar with this kind of stuff, it'd be interesting to know. Can I give this thing a blast like Shango does on some kind of, like the CRTs and stuff? Just, I don't know. It's dead. Some probably dead tubes here and there, and who knows? But this thing's bouncing around in replace for sure. Unless, no, transistors are down at the bottom. If I come up on the line, it's down. If I set this to 105 volts, we're all the way up to good. But if I come down to 115, We're at the low end of good. So is that like an overvolt situation where we're... What's going on here? Sitting at 115 and we're climbing up into good now. Is that possibly capacitors inside this box frickin' waking up? All the jumping around and stuff, maybe? It's a little smoother now, sitting the lower end of good. And now we're... Oh, yeah, there's a big jump and dance all over the place. Almost like to turn off the lights and see if it does anything weird when that happens. Okay, so when I turn... That's turning the voltage up. So going to 105, because as soon as I do that, you can watch the heaters just... Yeah, and the AC fuse starts to go and the tube don't like that. So this is like, I don't know how to explain that. So I would call this tube probably bad. It's very much in the question mark and jumping all over the place. Based on one tube, I still can't do any trust on this thing, but have any trust in it. But it lights up and it powers tubes, and I can kind of go through what I got and see if I get some really good ones, some bad ones. I do have some newer tubes that I can kind of test too and see if they show me good readings and go from there. So, yeah, this gets pretty alarms. So should I just have it on? Yeah, we're in replace there. Yeah, you bring the voltage up to 125, glowing, and cranking into good, but it's jumpy. It'll jump from there, I almost guarantee it. I gotta look into maybe the manual on this thing I can find and read up about this line adjust dial, just to see where I should be for a modern day line, really. And Mr. Carlson might need a bit of a question about grounding this puppy, but yeah, it's jumping around now. Whoa, just jumped crazy good, but that's, I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong going on in the box here. Yeah, drop back down to question mark. And into replace. I'm going to guess that this tube is just wonky, because I don't think there's a whole lot other than wiring and maybe a capacitor too, but would that give me wacky levels on here? I don't know. I don't know. Do I have another one of those? Yeah, I gotta be careful with some of these. That's definitely, well, maybe not. box of little ones that I want to go through with this. Interesting. Well, it appears to work. I'm going to have to do some testing back and forth just with different tubes and maybe check some good ones to see if I'm getting the same kind of flakiness, and go from there. But I got a tester now, so it was something I wasn't really expecting to grab today, but went to go look at Princess Auto, and the radio store is kind of on the way or on the way back, and hit there on the way back. And I always take a look through the consignment shelf just to see what people have brought in, but like I said, I've been bugging them for a bit, and seems to have panned out so far. So we're kind of cooled down now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this a little bit and learn a little bit more about this meter and the line adjust, because I don't want to really be cooking anything while I'm trying to test them. So this I'm not too worried about, but here we go. I'm going to head out, and this one I'll post this one up, I guess. A little bit of tube tester stuff. Again, just some old new toys to play with. And I have a couple boxes of tubes and a couple tube radios that this might be handy to have around when I have a question about what's going on. I don't have to go bug somebody else about it. I'll put the book back in there, and hopefully everything will close nicely without crushing something. And it's dusty, but the case has a little bit of wear and a fair bit of rust. A little bit flapping up here that I can fix a bit. But they don't make stuff like this anymore. It's kind of neat to have some of it now and again. I just don't want to hoard it all, because I don't have room for anything else. Take care, guys.